Welcome to Coffee and Tantrums, the podcast for teachers and parents tackling child behavior challenges head-on. Hosted by Kevin Cranston, a seasoned teacher with 10 years of experience, including 2 years running a behavior unit and a master's degree in school counseling. Join Kevin each week for expert tips, practical strategies, and answers to your questions. Let's turn chaos into calm together.
Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Coffee and Tantrums, the podcast where we help teachers and parents navigate the ups and downs of child behavior. I'm your host, Kevin Cranston. Today we're diving into a critical topic, preventing teacher burnout. Teaching is one of the most rewarding professions, but it can be incredibly demanding and at times overwhelming. Teaching is extremely stressful and it's very easy to get burnt out from it. It is a helping profession. We want to help others as teachers. The problem is we forget to help ourselves. But luckily today we're going to discuss practical strategies that we can use as teachers to help us continue to have that passion for teaching and build energy in the classroom. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's get started. First, let's talk about what teacher burnout actually is. Teacher burnout is defined as a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress and overwork. It can lead to feelings of helplessness and a lack of accomplishment and even detachment from the job. That's a big reason why teachers are leaving. They just don't feel supported and they're just tired in their jobs. But there are things that are in teachers' powers. Teachers do have control. I get it. We can't control the kids we get. We can't control the parents. We can't control the laws. We can't control admin, but we can control ourselves and we can control our environments and we can put up boundaries to keep us safe. So today I'm going to share some practical strategies that you can use as a teacher to prevent burnout and gain some control back in your classroom. So the first thing you can do, and to me the most important thing, is set boundaries. You can set boundaries between your work and personal life. This means not taking work home every night and setting specific times for grading and lesson plans. I know as a teacher, setting boundaries is really difficult. When I first started, I would spend weekends and late nights doing paperwork, getting the best lesson plans, and I found that I would be so tired the next day that my lesson plans were horrible. I was just too tired to properly implement them. So I really found that taking the work home with me does not help anybody. So if that means my work isn't going to be perfect, that's fine. I know that I'm going to get the rest I need to have a safe and effective classroom. Another boundary you might want to set is helping others. I know as teachers, we want to help everybody. We want to make lessons for our friends. We want to collaborate and find best approaches, and that's great. But found that saying no to being on committees, saying no to tutoring, saying no to making lesson plans that aren't in my lesson, aren't for me, has really helped me grow and become a better teacher. Yes, there are times we want to help and we want to go above and beyond, but we have to look out for ourselves. It's kind of like a plane when it's about to, when the planes in high altitude are about to crash. They always say put that gas mask on yourself before you put it on the kid. And that there's a reason behind that. If you are not that student's teachers, if your students lose you as a teacher, then that's the worst possible thing. It's worse than you forgetting to do an assignment. It's worse than you having a bad lesson. Them losing you is one of the worst things that could happen to your class. And the school losing you as a teacher is just horrible for the profession. So set those boundaries. Be selfish so you can be selfless and help other people. Another thing you can do to prevent burnout is self-care. So make self-care a priority. It's okay to leave work on time, even get out a couple minutes earlier if they let you, and just go for a run with food, throw in some vegetables, find different ways to eat healthy and go to bed early. Do what you can, keep yourself safe. It is a very stressful job. And I know I find when I'm stressed, I have trouble sleeping, which spirals out of control. Because then my lesson's bad the next day, and the kids are worse, and I'm more stressed. In terms of sleeping, what I found really helped me was having a ritual. So I'm going to go to bed at like 10, then at 9, I'm going to lie down. I might not fall asleep till 10, but I'm going to lie down in my bed, turn off the lights, listen to a podcast, and just slowly like drift off to sleep. And I have that pattern in place. Kind of like in the morning you wake up and you drink a coffee, it's your ritual kind of thing. Well, find ways to like keep your going, find ways to make a ritual before you go to sleep. Another thing that you can do to prevent burnout is seek support. So don't be afraid to ask for help, whether it's talking to a colleague, joining a teacher support group, or seeking professional counseling. Having a support system can make a big difference. So remember, a school is really a community, and you have to have some people you can reach out to. I'm not saying reach out to like everybody. We don't want to be venting and putting our stress and anxiety on other people, but I always find those 1 or 2 people that I really trust, and like I might just be like, hey, I have to vent. Like, I'm not mad at you. If I sound mad at, like, just I got to get this off my chest. And find those people you trust who can really help you, because we don't want to have to vent in front of our kids. We want to find safe people that we can vent in front of so that we can remain professional and have control of our classroom. And I know counseling is also another like a great resource to use as well, but I recommend counseling for everybody, for anything. You can never have too much counseling. Another thing you can do is time management. It's kind of like with meal prepping. Yeah, it's kind of annoying every Sunday to have to like spend an hour or two getting everything ready, then prepping it. But it's so nice during the week when like you can just grab a meal and microwave it and like bam, you're ready to go. So just manage your time. I like to dedicate like 30 minutes a day after work to just do some form of exercise, no matter how tired I am. It can be me walking, it could be me lifting. I always walk my dogs. I put time in for that. So just find ways to manage your time. For grading, what I might do is be like, okay, fine, I'll give up a Saturday. So for a couple hours on a Saturday, I might just get a bunch of grades in. That way, it's just a couple hours and it's over with. So just find ways to like manage your time as effectively as possible. You can also try to delegate responsibilities, you know? I mean, you can have kids grade their own tests, like pass it around and then grade it yourself. I mean, that teaches them independence, that teaches them responsibility. So just find ways to make it teaching like less stressful and organize your time to be super efficient. A final thing you can do is mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga have been shown to help reduce stress and increase your overall well-being. I try to spend about 5 to 10 minutes a day meditating. It's hard if you have a big class. I'm lucky I can get 5 or 10 minutes usually just to myself. When I had a bigger class, I'd sneak off to the bathroom and just meditate there for about 5 minutes. Find an app. With meditation, it's just so like beneficial. If you don't really have that much time, you can just take a couple of minutes and just like think about how you grew as a person that day. What was something that was successful? And like really think about what you did well and focus on that growth. Even if you're not where you want to be, as long as you're seeing growth, that's all that matters, that you're going in the right direction. Meditation is also cool because you can like focus on your body, focus on how you're breathing, focus on areas of tension. I hold all of my tension in my shoulders and in my stomach. And when I'm meditating, like I'll feel how tight my shoulder is. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, I had a tough day. Like, what was tough about it? And then you can talk through it. And then I notice as I'm talking through what was so tough and what I did well and how I grew, like the tension in my shoulders kind of go away. And then what's really cool too is during these meditation times, I'll kind of remember, oh yeah, I'm hungry. So it'll remind me to eat, because when I get stressed, I always forget to eat. So just taking note of how your body feels and giving yourself those 5 to 10 minutes just for you, like, it's super, super important. So now I'm going to go and answer some questions and just kind of give my response to them. So the first question was, I've been teaching for 8 years and I'm starting to feel really burnt out. What can I do to reignite my passion for teaching? So I actually was that way about 8 years ago. I was that way about 8 to 9 years into teaching. I was a gen ed teacher in a math classroom, 4th grade, and I was just burnt out. Like, This was in Texas, so it's all star, and I was just tired of teaching it. So I went ahead and what I did is I switched over to trying to be like a math specialist. So teaching teachers how to teach math, but then I got bored of, then I missed the classroom. So after that, I went ahead and did special education behavior, and that's what I love right now. So maybe just switch where you're at. That's something you could do as well, switch the grade level, switch the subject. I found that I really love behavior. So that's by switching around. Now, if you want to stay where you are, some ways you can reignite your passion for teaching would be just watch some TED Talks, watch some videos, see the experts, see how they do it. You could also just look at your kids and look at the growth you've seen in them, the growth that you have made and the difference that you have made in these kids' lives. But I get it, burnout is 100% real, and you just have to kind of experiment and see what works with you. For me, it was really just switching out and finding the type of teaching I liked. I really enjoy social skills over all the other things. So that's going to be pretty much it for today's episode of Coffee and Tantrum. Remember, preventing burnout is not about making drastic changes overnight, but about small, consistent steps to prioritize your well-being. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at Coffee and Tantrums and visit our website, x.com, at Coffee and Tantrums. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, keep your coffee strong and your tantrums short. Thank you.